Hey guys, it's another weekend full of so many interesting football games from the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A and Ligue 1. In this video, I am going to break down all the most important games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday in this Europe top 5 leagues. I'm going to start with the English Premier League. From the English Premier League, I'll go to Laliga, Bundesliga, Serie A, and I will end the video with Ligue 1. In this same video, I'm going to give you guys my analysis for the top games that are going to be taking place this weekend. I'll also give you guys my expectations and predictions for the games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday in these top 5 leagues. If this is the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, my appreciation goes more to people that will help me subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit a thumb up to this video, watch the video carefully and tell me what you think about these games. Now let us start with the English Premier League. It is already match day 6 in the English Premier League, and when I take a look at the Premier League table, Liverpool has won all of their 5 games, 15 points out of 15 for Arne Slot and Liverpool so far this season. And there is also another club that is still undefeated in the English Premier League. That team is Crystal Palace, and these two guys are going to be coming across each other tomorrow. But let me start with the first Premier League game of the day, which is going to be that of Brentford versus Manchester United. This is a game must win for Manchester United and a game must win for Brentford. Remember, Brentford is not actually having a good run into the 2025-2026 football season. Manchester United not having a good run into the 2025-2026 football season, and they even defeated Chelsea in their last 5 games. When you take a look at the last 5, that is the first 5 Premier League games, because Brentford played 5, Manchester United played 5. So when you take a look at the Premier League games that Brentford have played so far this season, they won they won one of their Premier League games so far this season with 1 draw, 3 defeats for Brentford. Manchester United won 2 against, they were defeated Burnley and they defeated Chelsea. They won 2, suffered 2 defeat, a defeat against Arsenal and a defeat against Manchester City and 1 draw against Fulham. So they have 7 points out of 15 possible points so far this season, and this game tomorrow is going to be an important game for Manchester United to win and also an important game for Brentford to win. But I have a feeling at the end of the day, Manchester United is going to win again, because when you even take a look at the last 5 fixtures between Brentford versus Manchester United across all competitions, Manchester United defeated Brentford 3 good times, Brentford defeated Manchester United just once, and they shared points once. So my predictions for this game will highly go in favor of Manchester United. I believe Manchester United is going to win this game. Another game of the day, which is the second Premier League game, is going to be that of Chelsea versus Brighton. Before getting into this game, Cole Palmer is not going to be available for this game, and Robert Sanchez is set to make his return into this game. Remember, he was sent off against Manchester United. He missed the Carabao Cup game because of that red card, meaning tomorrow against Brighton, he is set to return against his former team, Brighton. Now, when you take a look at the last, that is the first 5 Premier League games so far, Chelsea won just 2 of the first 5 Premier League games, 2 draws for Chelsea and 1 defeat for Chelsea. We take a look at Brighton. Brighton won just 1 of their first 5 Premier League games, and that victory was against Manchester City, 2 goals to 1. They shared points in 2 of their first 5 Premier League games, suffered 2 defeats. When you go at the level of their head-to-head, last 5 fixtures, Chelsea defeated Brighton 3 good times. The last 5 times they met in all competitions, and Brighton defeated Chelsea 2 good times. The last 5 times they met in all competitions. And the game of the weekend in the English Premier League is a game between 2 clubs that are still to witness a defeat this season: Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Remember, before the start of the season, Crystal Palace defeated Liverpool in the Community Shield through penalty shootout. So this game tomorrow is like a game of revenge for Liverpool, though they'll be playing this game without their top goal scorer Hugo Ekitike, who was sent off this weekend against Southampton in the Carabao Cup, right? So it is actually a game must win for Liverpool and a game must win for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is still undefeated, 2 victories, 3 draws this season. Liverpool 5 victories this season, so 15 points out of 15 for Liverpool, and I don't think Crystal Palace is going to stop them tomorrow. And when I take a look at the last 5 fixtures between Crystal Palace versus Liverpool in all competitions, Crystal Palace defeated Liverpool twice. It is shocking you. Liverpool defeated Crystal Palace twice. It is balanced and they shared points once. So the game is somehow looking 50-50. And the 2 of them are still undefeated in the Premier League. But the funniest truth is, at the end of the day, one of them is going to win this game. I don't think the game is going to end in a draw. And my prediction for the game is going in favor of Liverpool. I think Liverpool is going to win. Crystal Palace. There is a game of Leeds United versus Bournemouth. Now another game, I'm not going to talk about the game of Leeds United versus Bournemouth. Now another game is going to be that of Manchester City versus Burnley. Premier League match day 6. Manchester City have to win this game if they have to be thinking of the Premier League title. Remember, out of the 5 games they have played this season, they have won just 2, they have suffered 2 defeats and 1 draw. That when you take a look at the last 4 games in all competitions, they defeated Manchester United, defeated Napoli, shared points with Arsenal, and defeated Huddersfield City this weekend the Carabao Cup. So 4 games already for Manchester City without a single defeat, and I think this game tomorrow against Burnley, they're going to defeat Burnley because they're even playing the game at home. When you take a look at the last 5 games of Burnley in the Premier League, right, they have won just 1 draw, 3 defeats for Burnley in the Premier League. This will go at the level of head-to-head Manchester City versus Burnley in all competitions. The last 5 times they came across each other, Manchester City defeated Burnley. There is a game of Nottingham Forest versus Sunderland, and the final Premier League game of the day is going to be that of Tottenham versus Wolverhampton. Now let us keep the Premier League aside, take a look at La Liga games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, because there is a Madrid derby tomorrow. Atletico de Madrid versus Real Madrid. Who is going to win this game? Because when we take a look at the first 6 La Liga games, this is already La Liga match day 7 already. When we take a look at the first 6 La Liga games, Real Madrid won 6 of their 6 La Liga games with 18 points out of 18. Atletico de Madrid suffered 1 defeat against Espanyol, won 2 of their first 6 La Liga games, and drew 3 of their first 6 La Liga games. So it is going to be a tough game. Now the first La Liga game of the day is going to be that of Getafe versus Levante, and the second La Liga game is going to be the Madrid derby, Atletico de Madrid versus Real Madrid. We'll take a look at the last 5 head-to-head between Real Madrid versus Atletico de Madrid in all competitions. Real Madrid defeated Atletico de Madrid just once. You are surprised? Real Madrid defeated Atletico de Madrid just once in their last 5 head-to-head. Atletico de Madrid do not have a single victory against Real Madrid. They shared points 4 good times. 4 good times. I don't know if you are surprised, right? Because I'm surprised. 4 good times. Now, you notice that this game tomorrow is not going to be any type of game. It is going to be very, very difficult for both sides. And if there are 2 players to watch in this game, watch out to Julian Alvarez. He's already one of the top goal scorers in La Liga, and Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is the top goal scorer in La Liga with 7 goals in 6 La Liga games so far this season. And this game is going to be a special game. Remember, the last game, Atletico de Madrid defeated Rayo Vallecano 3 goals to 2, and those 3 goals were scored by Julian Alvarez. After the game, the guy said they are hungry. They are hungry for trophies. They want to win Real Madrid on Saturday, and I think it is obviously going to be a tough one. And now the 3rd game of the day is going to be that of Mallorca versus Alaves. The final La Liga game of the day is going to be that of Villarreal versus Athletic Club. You know, this Athletic Club and Villarreal, they started off the season well, but at some point in time they started making as if they did not start off the season to win trophies, right? Though it is going to be a tough game, but at the end of the day, I have a feeling that both teams are going to score. Let us keep La Liga games that are going to be taking place tomorrow. Take a look at the Bundesliga games. There are so many Bundesliga games taking place tomorrow, but I have just 2 big games. The game of Mainz versus Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund have won all 3 of their Bundesliga games. They have won 3 of their Bundesliga games, shared points in just 1. So this game tomorrow is another game must win for Borussia Dortmund, though they are playing at home. St. Pauli versus Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen won just 1 of their Bundesliga games, so this game is going to be another tough one. There is Wolfsburg versus Leipzig. All of these guys are having a hard run into the season. Let us take a look at the Serie A games that are going to be taking place tomorrow. 3 Serie A games are going to be taking place tomorrow, but I have just 2 of them that's somehow important to me. Juventus versus Atalanta, Cagliari versus Inter Milan. Juventus lost their last game, and this game they have to win against Atalanta. And this game, both of these 2 clubs are preparing for the UEFA Champions League games next week. Juventus is going to play next week in the UEFA Champions League. Atalanta is also going to play next week in the UEFA Champions League. And so it is going to be a balanced game for both sides. Though Juventus plays the game at home with the home advantage, but at the end of the day, I have a feeling Juventus is going to win the game. Cagliari versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan did not start off the season well. When you take a look at the first 4 Serie A games, they have won just 2 and they suffered 2 defeats. So they will be looking for their 3rd victory of the season tomorrow against Cagliari. And when you take a look at Ligue 1, 3 Ligue 1 games are going to be taking place tomorrow. The European champions are going to be playing at home against Auxerre. This game will be in the absence of Ousmane Dembélé, the Ballon d'Or winner. Marquinhos will also be absent. João Neves will also be absent. Desiree Doué will also be absent. All of these guys are injured. They are going to miss this game. This game is in preparation to play Barcelona next week in the UEFA Champions League. And all of these players I've just listed here might miss the game against Barcelona next week. Like I said, tomorrow is Saturday, and all the games that are going to be taking place tomorrow are actually games in preparation for European teams that are going to play next week in the UEFA Champions League. Now, let us take a look at the games that are going to be taking place on Sunday. Let me start again with the English Premier League. Two Premier League games are going to be taking place on Sunday. Aston Villa versus Fulham, Newcastle versus Arsenal, the league's favorite. Now, the game between Aston Villa and Fulham, it is going to be a balanced game. The reason why I'm saying this is very simple. Aston Villa is still in search of their first victory of the season in the Premier League because they won yesterday. They won Bologna yesterday 1-0 in the Europa League. So they are still to win a league game this season, and this game versus Fulham is going to be a tough game. Remember, on match day 2, Fulham shared points versus Manchester United. On match day 1, Fulham shared points with Brighton. Match day 2 shared points with Manchester United, and I think they're actually having a good run, and this game is going to be a balanced one between Unai Emery with Aston Villa and Fulham. And the final Premier League game of tomorrow, Sunday, not tomorrow is Saturday. The final Premier League game of Sunday is going to be that of Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Remember, Newcastle United won just one league game this season against Wolverhampton, so this game is going to be a tough one. Arsenal also have suffered one defeat. Arsenal have dropped 4 points. They suffered a defeat to Liverpool, and last weekend against Manchester City they struggled and got 1 point, so they will struggle to see if they can grab all the 3 points in this game, especially if Liverpool defeat Crystal Palace tomorrow Saturday. Then on Sunday, Arsenal is going to give all their best to win their game on Sunday, because if Liverpool defeat Crystal Palace, they are already 5 points away from Arsenal. Arsenal has just 10 points out of 15. Liverpool with 15 out of 15. So if Liverpool wins on tomorrow Saturday, there will be 18 points. 8 points away from Arsenal. And if Arsenal suffers a defeat against Newcastle and Liverpool wins, then Liverpool will be 8 points away from Arsenal. So it is going to be a tough game, and I am expecting Mikel Arteta to use the best formation in this game. Now let me keep the Premier League aside and take a look at La Liga again, because Barcelona will be playing against Real Sociedad on Sunday, La Liga match day 7. And the bad news about this game is that Juan Garcia is not going to play this game, he's injured. Rafinha is not going to play this game, he's injured. Fermin Lopez is not going to play this game, he's also injured. And the good news about the game is that Lamine Yamal is back from his injury and he might get some minutes against Real Sociedad. Alejandro Balde is also back from his injury and he might also get some minutes tomorrow against on Sunday against Real Sociedad. And on the other side, Chesney is also another good news because he might be the goalkeeper in this game. He's still to play a single game this season, so it is normally going to be a tough one. But let me start with the first La Liga game of the day. Rayo Vallecano versus Sevilla is going to be the first game of Sunday in La Liga. Elche versus Celta Vigo is going to be the second La Liga game. Barcelona versus Real Sociedad, which is a game must win, because if Real Madrid wins their game tomorrow, Saturday, against Atletico Madrid, they'll be 5 points away from Barcelona. And if Barcelona happens to not win the game against Real Sociedad, the season only begin to get complicated for them. They're already 2 points behind Real Madrid, and most of their prayers right now is that either Atletico Madrid defeat Real Madrid tomorrow, or Real Madrid also drop points tomorrow. Because if Real Madrid drop points tomorrow, 2 points, or like if they drop points more like 2 points, Barcelona wins against Real Sociedad, Barcelona go up to the top of the La Liga table. So Real Madrid will not like to give up points, and Barcelona also need to give their best in this game. The final La Liga game of Sunday is going to be that of Real Betis versus Osasuna. Right now, let us take. I'm not going to talk about Bundesliga games that are going to be taking place on Sunday, because I don't think that there is any important game taking place on Sunday in the Bundesliga. Let me take a look at the Serie A. AC Milan versus Napoli, Ligue versus Bologna, Pisa versus Fiorentina, AS Roma versus Hellas Verona, Sassuolo versus Udinese. I have just one game that is going to be taking place on Sunday in Serie A that is important to me. AC Milan versus Napoli. Now, AC Milan without any European competition, Napoli playing using this game to prepare for the UEFA Champions League. Remember, Napoli is still undefeated in their league. That's in Serie A this season. That's at the top of the table, right, with 12 points out of 12, and they suffered the defeat in the UEFA Champions League. Playing this game against Napoli, against AC Milan away from home, they know already that they have a UEFA Champions League game, and they cannot put all the energy in this game. You get the point. They cannot put all the energy in this game. Though if I were Napoli, the head coach of Napoli, I would tell my players, you guys should focus more on this game and forget about the UEFA Champions League, because this game is more important than the UEFA Champions League. If we want to think of winning the title again, this game is more important than the UEFA Champions League. To me, if I'm being honest and I'm not being biased here, I don't think Napoli stands a chance to win any UEFA Champions League title this season, but they can win the league title. So this game is definitely more important than the UEFA Champions League, and they need to give their best against AC Milan. AC Milan coming into this game, they know they don't have any European competitions this season. They know this is all they need this season. They'll play this game to their fullest. But at the end of the day, I expect both teams to score in this game. And now when you take a look at the Ligue 1 games that are going to be taking place on Sunday, 5 Ligue 1 games are going to be taking place on Sunday, but I have just one game. Two. Lille versus Lyon, Rennes versus Lens. Now the game between Lille and Lyon, these two guys are all competing European competition, right? The game is going to be tough, but I expect both teams to score in this game. There is the game of Rennes versus Lens, another tough game. I don't know how the game is going to go, but I have a feeling that both teams are going to score in that game. Guys, I've come to the end of the video. Right now, someone might be asking, what are your predictions for the game between Atletico de Madrid versus Real Madrid? Because it is actually the biggest game of this weekend. If I'm being honest, it is the biggest game of this weekend, and I will tell you the truth, right? It is going to be a defensive team versus an offensive team. We all know how defensive Atletico de Madrid is, and we know how offensive Real Madrid is. But I have a feeling, if Atletico de Madrid play the way they have been playing this season, Real Madrid is going to win this game. But if Diego Simeone have taken this time, right, because they played a game against Rayo Vallecano, I think that game was played on Wednesday, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Friday, right? If the man actually re-evaluated how he used to play his games, how he's formed his team Atletico de Madrid, and play the way he played against Liverpool, I think Atletico de Madrid is going to defeat Real Madrid. No, Atletico de Madrid used to be a team where to score them a goal used to be very, very difficult. That's why we even take a look at the last 5 fixtures between Real Madrid versus Atletico de Madrid in all competitions. They shared points 4 good times. The last 5 times they came across each other, and Real Madrid defeated them just once. So Atletico de Madrid is a team that score less goals and concede less goals. But I prefer a team that scores less goals and concede less goals. You know, an offensive team will win you matches, will win you football games, but a defensive team is going to win you trophies. I'm not being biased here. If you are not understanding me, I'm not being biased here. All I'm trying to say is that if Atletico de Madrid play the way they played against Liverpool, the chances of them defeating Real Madrid tomorrow are very, very high. The chances of them defeating Real Madrid tomorrow are very, very high. With the likes of Julian Alvarez, and Griezmann has gone for 22 La Liga games without scoring a goal. Come to think of it, what if Griezmann after 22 La Liga games without a goal scores a winning goal against Real Madrid tomorrow? It is possible. Anything can happen. This is football, and football is the most unpredicted thing on earth. There is nothing in this world that is more unpredictable than football. So let's just wait and see what the game has to offer to us tomorrow. Guys, I've come to the end of the video, and if this is the first time you have come across my YouTube channel, like I said, I'm just an upcoming football analyst, and I will appreciate if you can hit the thumb up to the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and most importantly, you can turn on the notification bell. I'm posting videos like this one every day, Monday to Sunday, so whenever I post, you receive a notification and be one of the first people to watch a video, right? You drop a comment down in the comment section. Most importantly, let me know your thoughts on all the the games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and see you, my very good friend, until my next video.